Almost always, students ask me this question: when is the best time to start preparing for CAT? In other words, what they want to know from me is how much time they would require to be able to acquire the required skills to crack CAT. Honestly, I don't think I have a direct answer to this question. Actually, I think no one can answer this question satisfactorily because it largely depends upon the students. If the student's level of knowledge or skill is very high as regards CAT or XAT or IFT, then he would probably need much less time compared to a student who has lower level or average level of knowledge or skills. And this second person who has lower level of knowledge would require much more time. So finally, it depends upon the students, not on anything else. Now the obvious question is, how would a student know what is my level of knowledge or skills required for CAT? Because I may feel that I am very good in maths. So, good in maths means what, and how do I know I am good in maths? Maybe I feel that I am good in maths because my 10th or 12th board exams I got good marks in or brilliant marks in maths, or maybe in my college days my maths exams were done well by me. That could be a feeling of the student, or he or she may feel that since he is already convent educated all through school days and college days, and at my home also environment is very good in terms of English speaking, so my English skills are good or verbal skills are great. Now, this could be the feeling of the student. Or sometimes I feel students feel that they have very good vocabulary. They know even the meanings of tough words which ordinarily students are not much aware of. And then they start feeling that my verbal skills or RC skills are good. RC skills, to elaborate, some people feel that since they can read very thick books of fiction novels, and that too at a very fast speed, so their reading speed is fast, and if my reading speed is fast, then I am better prepared for RC. Accordingly, what they do is they adjust their strategies. So if they feel that their maths is good, they will focus less on maths while doing preparation for it, and if they feel their vocabulary is good or English is good, they would focus less on English portion and focus more on the other portions. Similarly, if a student says that he is an engineer, like I feel since I am an engineer, my reasoning skills are great. And if that is the case, I should focus less on DILR section because I already have a good level of DI and logical reasoning section. This can backfire. I have actually seen students feeling this way, and in my last more than 22 years of experience of mentoring students, I have seen such students who are feeling in this manner, failing miserably. In fact, some students who felt they are convent educated in English and so they have very good English skills and verbal skills. Some such students I know who did not prepare for English that much, and they failed so badly that they got negative score in English section. So things can be really bad. So that brings us back to the same question: how do I know my current level of skills vis-a-vis CAT or XAT or IFT? To know that, I feel the first step for all the students who are starting to prepare for CAT is to have a first-hand look at the CAT paper itself. See the CAT paper. See the kind of questions they are asking across 3 sections. QA, that is quantity ability, DILR section, verbal and RC section. Not only this, plus please also see what kind of RC passages are asked, and based on those passages what type of questions are asked. Study the paper thoroughly. If you are also preparing for XAT or IFT, study those papers also thoroughly. Then you would have a very fair assessment of your abilities vis-a-vis what are the abilities required in that paper. Otherwise, people believe in hearsay. We feel that students come to me, sir, CAT is very tough. Some students say CAT is very easy, we can easily do it. I think both are perceptual things. The people who feel that CAT is very tough, they are saying so probably because they heard it from some people. So they are going by hearsay. But I think that's a wrong strategy. Most people might feel CAT is tough because they have their own perceptions, and they pass on those perceptions to the students who are currently preparing for CAT. And that creates trouble. So, as I was saying, that please have a first-hand look at the paper and then assess. Maybe your assessment says that CAT is tough for you or it's easy for you. Either ways, that's an assessment. If it turns out that you feel that CAT is tough, it doesn't mean that you stop preparing for it. In fact, that's all the more reason to pay more attention to the sections which you found were tough compared to the other sections. Although you have to still prepare for all 3 sections, but focus more on those areas where you feel you are extremely lacking. Unless you see the paper yourself, you would only be believing in perceptual space situations where people are telling you it is tough, so you will believe it is tough. If people say it is easy, you will believe it is easy. Now, having got the first level assessment, first-hand assessment on your own, now you will have a fair assessment of how much time you would need to prepare for CAT. And that will tell you how many months before you should start preparing for CAT. And I feel that's a scientific way of knowing the time period. Usually the minimum time I feel for CAT preparation is 3 to 4 months, and maybe maximum time is, there is no limit, but generally it is 9 months or 10 months maximum, maybe 1 year. So it is somewhere in this range of between 4 months to 12 months. So maybe 6 months or 8 months. It depends upon you. But then, since we are not very sure of how much time we will take, see, even if you say, okay, I will take 6 months, I think you should add 1 or 2 months to that as a buffer so that you can have a better time available for preparing for CAT. If you are very tight scheduled for 6 months, maybe you will be not able to acquire those skills in that 6 months period. Maybe your assessment was not exactly correct. Very much possible. So give yourself 1 or 2 months extra. Which brings us to the point that I think whenever you have started thinking that you should prepare for CAT, you start preparing for it as soon as possible. If you prepare much before, if your preparation is over much before CAT paper is over, though that is highly unlikely, but even if that is the case, that is a better situation than you starting late thinking that I have much time left so I can delay. So I suggest please don't delay any such thing. It is also recommended that in case you are still confused, you may talk to some expert or experienced mentor who can give you personalized level of guidance and tell you basis your level of skill or knowledge as to how much time you would be taking to prepare for CAT. Maybe you can't assess yourself so efficiently. So take the help of experienced people. Okay, one more situation can happen. When you are seeing the actual questions of CAT or XAT, you may feel that I have too less time left to prepare for CAT. So maybe I should not prepare this year, let me prepare next year. And that's quite common assessment of students in case they do this. Now in that case, I would still suggest, please take CAT paper this year itself. In fact, CAT, XAT, IIT, whatever exams you want to take finally, this year or next year, please do it. Please take the exams this year itself. Reason, because if you attempt the paper this year, at least you will have the experience of having taken the actual CAT paper and you would have the actual scores of CAT, and that experience will help you better for next year preparation. That's one reason. Another reason is maybe you crack CAT this year itself. Who knows? Because the kind of skills required are so not very crystal clear that it just may happen that you crack it. You don't know what's going to happen in those 2 or 3 hours of actual CAT paper or XAT or IFT or NMAT or SNAP. So see, there is something known as luck factor. which I have not yet spoken of, but I am now talking about it now. 4-5%, 10% luck factor plays an important role, and you can't plan for it, you can't control that. So if you feel that I am left with 4-5 months and I need 8 months to prepare for CAT, so next year, no. Attempt the CAT this year itself. But then in that case, even more important for you is that please talk to some experienced mentor who will help you compress your time required for CAT preparation from 8 months to maybe 6 months or 5 months. It all depends. Because from the training, if you undergo a training under experienced mentor, how you shape up, how you acquire and improve your skills, it's up to you. Of course, the mentor's role is there, but it also depends a lot on you as a student. So, in any case, you should start preparing for CAT for this year immediately. Whether you feel time remaining is less or more, whatever it is. Start preparing now. When you start preparing for CAT, you should keep two things in mind. One is the conceptual know-how aspect of CAT preparation. The other is the test-taking skills aspect of CAT preparation. Both things are important. In fact, more important is the second part, that is learning or acquiring test-taking skills. Quite often students focus mainly or only on learning the conceptual part of CAT preparation, and they miss out heavily on the test-taking skills. But without the test-taking skills, your chances of success in CAT is nearly zero. And to acquire those test-taking skills, I suggest you take a couple of mock tests for the respective exams. So if you are going for CAT, take mock CATs, adequate number of mock CATs. If you are going for XAT, mock XATs. At least 4 or 5 mock XATs, I think you all must take. Likewise for the exams. One more thing. In the initial phase of preparation, obviously you should focus more on acquiring the conceptual know-how or conceptual skills. In the later phase of preparation, you should focus more on test-taking skills. Now, while you're preparing for CAT, you are automatically preparing for XAT or IFT or SNAP and so on. And since most of these exam dates are later than the actual CAT paper, so since earlier you were feeling that the time left is less for CAT preparation, and since these exam dates are later, so obviously does it not mean that you have more time for the other exams like XAT or IFT and SNAP and so on? Obviously. So worry not. Start preparing for CAT. In the rare case that you don't get through CAT, you may still get through XAT or IFT or SNAP. Of course, I agree that XAT is pretty tough compared to CAT also. But what about SNAP? What about NMAT? What about IFT? They are not that tough. So you have a better chance in those exams if you feel CAT is out of bounds, out of your range. In the end, I would only say that you are never fully prepared for CAT. You cannot prepare fully, completely for CAT, even in 2 years of training. So, there is no answer to, are you fully prepared for CAT? But there is an answer to, are you prepared enough for CAT? Explore yourself.